Hello, JewelChic. This is me, the Muddy Guru, or sometimes I call myself the Dove Lady. I just wanted to do a video response to you because of the video I just tonight watched of you explaining why you like to do YouTube. And this is my first time ever to make a video response to anyone, so you've inspired me. What I wanted to talk about was a law of thought transference, because to me you're someone who transfers some of your thoughts out there into YouTube world that are very good and positive thoughts. And I think it's incredible that people in their comments would give you a hard time for whatever their reasons are, probably known only to themselves. But I think that they too need to hear what it is that I have to say about the law of thought transference. People can send good thoughts, and if they will send you good thoughts, you will feel them. But also, the sender of good thoughts experiences good things coming back to them because, in the words of Jesus, it is better to give than to receive. So when you're giving good thoughts, you're also receiving them right back into your own self. Therefore, anyone sending you a good thought is also blessing their own self by doing that. So the blessing is both to the sender and to the one that the thought is sent to. There's a book that I like to read. I read it on my website on YouTube, in which I quote some of the words by Neville Goddard, who talked in great detail about the law of thought transference. He explained that when anyone sends a malicious thought to someone, like yourself for example, and if that thought, that fixed thought, is not subjectively accepted by the one toward whom it is directed, it rebounds to the person from whom it came. So, certainly anyone sending their thoughts through their comments, or even if they don't verbalize or make a comment at all, but they just think a certain thing about you as they're listening to you, that thought they have will rebound to them and become their truth. As long as you, JewelChic, are not capable of thinking a similar thought about them or about anyone else. Because this kind of love protects us and insulates us from the negative thoughts of others. In fact, if someone sends you a malicious thought and you don't accept it as being your truth, and you do not wish it to be true of anyone else, then this malicious thought hits the bubble of love surrounding you, gains in strength because of encountering that energy that your bubble of love will put with it. Then it returns unerringly to the sender, and then the sender has to make a choice. Can they allow the love coming back to them to help them grow and learn to love more? Because if they will do this, they will be benefited. But if they resist the energy coming back to them, that resistance will actually be harmful to them. You, JewelChic, love other people, and to me this is easy to see from your videos. People who would send you a negative thought know this: as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If someone thinks that you do what you do for some need you have to be famous or known, then that is what they are actually saying of themselves. It is their truth. But they will constantly look outside of themselves to place blame on another instead of taking a good look at their own selves, for it's just too painful for them to examine their own self. I wish that people would realize that thoughts are things. They are a kind of energy, and energy has a certain properties about energy, that it travels in circles, or in other words, it goes right back to the sender. And if people would realize that nothing befalls us that is not of the nature of ourselves, if it's the kind of thing we talk about we think is true of another, it becomes our truth. And I wish people would send better thoughts, because what you truly believe of others, you awaken within them. Here's something Neville said. He said, a mental argument with the subjective image of another is the surest way to pray for an argument. You are asking to be offended by the other when you objectively meet. He is compelled to act in a manner displeasing to you, unless before the meeting you countermand or modify your order by subjectively affirming a change. Unfortunately, man forgets his subjective arguments, his daily mental conversations with others, and so is at a loss for an explanation of the conflicts and the misfortunes of his life. As mental arguments produce conflicts, so happy mental conversations produce corresponding visible states of good tidings. Man creates himself out of his own imagination. I like what Neville says about imagination and how powerful a thing our imagination actually is. He said, imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire and then you believe it to be true. Every dream could be realized by those self-disciplined enough to believe it. People are what you choose to make them. A man is according to the manner in which you look at him. You must look at him with different eyes before he will objectively change. So, I wanted to right now read just a little tiny poem that I wrote one time when I was inspired. It was called World Change or Me Change. The world will not change until we change our perception of it. We never hardly ever look at how we see things. We still call things good and bad. We fluctuate between the two. One day we're up, one day we're down. Because we don't understand there is perfection in the process. We don't really know what anything is for, but we think we do, and we don't know that we don't know. Also, I would like you to check out my website, because I'm going to recite another poem that came to me, and it's rather long, and the name of it is Thoughts Are Things, and it'll be on my website if you care to check it out. Anyway, over and out. This is the Buddy Guru saying, God bless you. I bless you. Well, and I hope everybody else will too.